Hello and welcome to Hedgewitch Hearthcraft. I'm Caitlin Rhiannon. Thank you so much for joining me for this look at the week ahead. I'm going to be using tarot cards and oracle cards to give us an idea of the energy for the week of April 4th to 10th, 2021, and to give us some advice on how we can best navigate throughout or within those energies. I'm going to be pulling 2 cards for every sign of the Western Zodiac. You don't have to apply this only to your sun sign. This can go on to any of the planetary assignments in your chart. The first card that I pull will be from the Fairy Tarot, and this will give us our prediction for the week. And the second card that I pull will be from the Psychic Tarot Oracle. This is an oracle deck that is based on tarot, and this will give us our advice for how to navigate throughout the energy of the week to come. At the very end, I'll also be pulling a universal manifestation card to give us some sort of insight on how to focus our energy throughout the week. So if you are jumping around to the card or cards that are pulled for your sign or signs, then make sure that you're also jumping to the very end so that you can get a little bit of that goodness in your life this week. There are timestamps in the description for all signs and the universal manifestation card. Now, since it is Aries season, let's go ahead and get started with our lovely Aries. Aries, your tarot card for the week of April 4th to 10th, 2021, is the 5 of Bells reversed. You're not getting away with as much this week, Aries. There is a sense that people are watching you. There is a lot of attention being focused on you right now. And if you have been able to let things slide or say things that are not necessarily based 100% in fact or truth, then you're probably going to be dealing with a little bit of frustration this week related to that. There's a sense of being caught, being called out, not being able to just let things be easy and let things be lax this week. There's a little bit more vigilance needed and a little bit more direct honesty and communication, expression of what you're doing. Otherwise, people are going to get confused, take things the wrong way, and then end up taking that out on you. The oracle card that comes along with this is the second major card in this deck, the intuition card. And the advice that comes along with this card is to relax, breathe, Aries, and listen to your intuition. Don't just take action for the sake of taking action and moving and doing something because you're bored. Slow down, check in with yourself, and see if this is actually aligning you with the version of yourself that you want to be. Make sure that what you are doing, where you're focusing your energy, is driving you towards your own greatest good and your next evolution, your next version of yourself. So Aries, don't just do because you have nothing else to do. If there is nothing to do, then maybe this is your time to sit and wait and think and listen to what is going on within yourself. Taurus, your tarot card for the week of April 4th to 10th, 2021, is the reversed 6 of Hearts. You're a little bit more reserved with your affections over this next week. Upright, this is a really hyper affectionate card, like really willing to spend time and intimacy and share energy with other people. And because this is reversed, you're kind of focusing that more inwards over this next week. There's a bit more introspection, paying attention to what is going on with yourself versus what is going on in everyone else's life. You're letting other people exist and do what they want to do, but you don't necessarily need to be in the middle of it right now, Taurus. So you're taking a little bit of a step back, focusing more on yourself and what you can do for your own energy levels. The oracle card that comes along with this is the 4 of Earth. Firm foundation is the name of the card. And the advice with this one is to stay grounded. Make sure that you are meeting all of your basic needs. Is there a roof over your head? Great. Are you being fed and watered and bathed and all of those, things that we would do for children, things that we do for pets? Are you doing that for yourself right now, Taurus? Make sure that you are meeting all of these basic needs, because they are not wants. These are not optional. These are needs. You need them to survive, and even more than that, to thrive. So as you are retreating inwards and paying attention maybe to the more emotional, mental, even spiritual levels of your life, make sure that those basic physical needs are being met as well. And that will make this spiritual, emotional work a lot easier and a lot more beneficial. Gemini, your tarot card for the week of April 4th to 10th, 2021, is the 10 of Leaves. This is a really restful energy over this next week for you, Gemini. You are taking some steps back. You're not necessarily isolating yourself or shutting other people out, but you're saying no when you need to say no. You're taking a step back from responsibilities that aren't yours, and you are recognizing, what your energy levels need. So if you aren't able to do something for someone this week, you're a little bit more able to actually say, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that for you, and be okay with it, rather than making excuses or trying to convince yourself to do something that you don't want to do, or that you, even worse, that you can't do. So there's no or minimal guilting yourself over not being everything for everyone over this next week, Gemini. The oracle card that comes along with this is the 7 of Water. Choose wisely. You're being asked to make some decisions. This is a restful week, but that means that usually means that there's something coming. So you're being asked to prepare yourself to make some choices. And if you have been sitting on a decision for a while now, this is your time to make it. In order for you to actually move forward in the direction you want to move in, sometimes you need to choose between one thing or another, or some things and some other things. So find the balance that you need, Gemini, and try to focus yourself into making the choices that are best for you. This may not be an easy choice, and it may not be a choice that feels good, but this has to be the choice that is best. Cancer, your tarot card for the week of April 4th to 10th, 2021, is the reversed 5 of Leaves. Some conflicts in your life that you've been dealing with up until this point are starting to either be resolved or be at least less of a problem. They're not so much in the foreground of your mind, creating frustration and issues with your energy levels. And either you are letting go, or the other parties are letting go, or everyone is. There's just this sense of releasing that struggle over this next week for you, Cancer. You're not putting up with it anymore. You're not letting other people bully you into fighting back. That could be the basis of all of this, is just you are respecting yourself enough to walk away, rather than poking the bear or making yourself even more aggravated. You're clicking unfollow in your Facebook notifications so that you don't have to see all of the comments on that thread that makes your heart rate rise up into your throat. You're taking a step back, and things are smoothing out for your energy levels because of this. The oracle card that comes along with this is the 6th major, Harmony, which in a traditional tarot, this would correspond to the Lovers. So Cancer, you're being asked to lean on the people in your life who give you the most support, who help to balance your energies, who make you feel safe being you. And there may only be a couple of these people, and you may even need to find this energy within your own self this week, Cancer. But it is very important that you find a way to connect to it, to this sense of just love. Unconditional love for love's own sake. Connect to love, feel loved, and know that you are worthy of this love. Leo, your tarot card for the week of April 4th to 10th, 2021, is the 5 of Hearts. So there are some emotional, almost conflicts over this next week. It's more like other people are trying to connect with you and you're just either not all there this week or not able to connect with them or not really willing to connect with these particular people that are trying to reach out to you. The fives are challenging energies. They mean crossroads and obstacles and conflicts. So there's this sense of feeling almost ready to start moving forward, but not really knowing which direction to move in. So you're kind of just sitting and waiting. And on an emotional level, there is movement coming your way, Leo, but you're not necessarily sure if it's what you want. So you're kind of just sitting and waiting and seeing what happens rather than taking direct action over this next week. Now, the oracle card that comes along with this is the Two of Earth. Movement, choices, and decisions is the theme of this card. So you are being asked to take some steps forward. The Earth card is a little bit more on the material side than the emotional side. So this could be more about focusing on what can drive you forward in a literal sense, or more directly, rather than worrying about your feelings right now. But in any case, Leo, this is a good week to take steps. Rather than just sitting around and waiting to see what happens and who comes forward and what is said, focus on yourself. Connect to what you actually want to see happen in your life and take the steps to make that happen. Virgo, your tarot card for the week of April 4th to 10th, 2021, is the Five of Bells. You might be a little bit more on the indirect side over this next week, Virgo. This is a sort of a dishonesty card. This is about like getting what you want any means necessary. So you're kind of pushing the envelope a little bit this next week, Virgo. You're testing your own limits and seeing how far you can go before other people start to push back. So you might be finding yourself a little bit more challenging authority, a little bit less patient with other people and pushing their buttons a little bit more. So do try to be a little cautious with this, because at some point something is going to bite you back. So make sure that you're, prepared for the repercussions of your own behavior. The oracle card that comes along with this is Major number 20. Truth is the theme of this card. This one corresponds to the world in the tarot. So you're seeing things as they are over this next week, and while you are, you're doing what you need to get what you need, get what you want. But the advice that comes along with this is to continue to pay attention. Make sure that you are, even if you can't be honest with everybody else in your life, try to make sure that you're being honest with yourself, that you're doing things for the right reasons. Even if you might be challenging your own ethics, your morals, your sense of right and wrong. Slow down and make sure that you're doing things for the right reasons. This, it could be a chaotic good sort of thing. But, make sure that it's good. Libra, your tarot card for the week of April 4th to 10th, 2021, is the Three of Acorns. You're being recognized more for the work that you do and for everything that you do for the people in your life. They're stepping forward. They are saying, thank you. What can we do for you? And you're getting rewards. You're getting this recognition, attention, and validation for everything that you have done, everything that you continue to do, and your talents and the way that you are growing. People are paying positive attention to you and to what you have to offer the world right now, Libra. You're receiving more of the benefits of what you have put out into the world. It's starting to ripple back to you. Now, the oracle card that comes along with this is the 8th water card, which is about emotional withdrawal. So the advice is actually, even though you are doing all of this work and you're getting all of this recognition, make sure that your emotional levels are not being driven overboard, essentially, that you're not burning yourself out emotionally and pushing yourself to the point of disconnecting from your feelings, especially when it comes to being there for other people. Everyone is so happy for you, and when everyone is congratulating you and thanking you, it's really easy to put your own feelings aside and focus on what they are saying, because you don't want to worry them, you don't want to say thanks, but you want to be grateful. You want to express that gratitude and that appreciation back to them. So make sure that if you need to, you are taking a step back, taking some time to yourself to go into your feelings and address what's going on there. Scorpio, your tarot card for the week of April 4th to 10th, 2021 is the Elf. This is the Fool by another name. So you are facing some brand new starts, Scorpio. Things are moving forward for you this week. You're off on a new journey. You are moving into a new life, evolving into this next version of you, and it can feel really intimidating and kind of overwhelming, having infinite potential laid out in front of you and not necessarily knowing which path to choose. So this is exciting, and there's so many opportunities, but it can also be overwhelming and intimidating. The oracle card that comes along with this is the Crown Chakra card, and this one resonates with the energy center at the top of your head. And this is your connection to divine, Scorpio. You're being asked to lean into your connection to divine and have faith. Have faith that universe is there for you and will catch you and lead you towards where you need to go. The Fool is all about trust and hope and optimism. So this is really confirming that this is a good time for you to just close your eyes and take the steps forward that universe pushes you to take. Sagittarius, your tarot card for the week of April 4th to 10th, 2021 is the Knave of Hearts. You're doing a little emotional movement. My focus is, you might be able to see in the image of the card on the screen, the crossbow on his back. And I'm kind of worried a little bit, Sagittarius, that you are taking this super direct archer energy and applying it to hunting for some sort of emotional connection. So do be a little bit cautious when taking aim, that you're not accidentally firing an arrow at somebody and causing emotional pain. So there's emotional communication over this next week. A lot more heart-to-heart feeling, being willing to express yourself. But like I said, there's that crossbow there. There's this sense of defensiveness. So try to make sure that as you are having these conversations and doing these gentle emotional steps forward, getting to know about your feelings and your emotional needs a little more right now, make sure that you're not taking that out on anybody or being too needlessly aggressive. The oracle card that comes along with this is the Nine of Water, which is the Fulfillment of Wishes card. And the advice that comes with this one is to lean into this. If you are getting what you want, Sagittarius, you don't necessarily need to ask why. This is that don't look a gift horse in the mouth sort of message. Don't ask why, don't necessarily ask for more. Just say thank you. What can I do next? And you're getting what you want. So be happy. Lean into this, and even if it isn't necessarily happening in the way that you expect, this is a really good time to express gratitude for all of the good things coming into your life. Capricorn, your tarot card for the week of April 4th to 10th, 2021 is the Seven of Leaves. So this is a little bit more of a lighthearted week for you, Capricorn. You're poking fun, you're playing, you are interacting a little bit more with the world around you in a lighthearted sense. You're looking on the brighter side of things, or you're more able to look on the brighter side of things. There is just a little bit of optimism. Other people may not fully understand this. They might see this as almost like a gallows humor. They might see you making light of things to make yourself feel better, as a way of bringing yourself down, or sort of just invalidating yourself in a joking way. So do make sure that you're not accidentally bringing yourself down like this, beating yourself up, that you're keeping it light and not like, light hurting. The oracle card that comes along with this is the 16th major, which is disruption. This one corresponds to the Tower in the tarot. So Capricorn, the advice is to break down your walls. You're a little bit more lighthearted anyway. Not necessarily fully lighthearted, but you're a little bit more willing to look on the brighter side of things, on the positive side, making jokes, interacting, communicating positively with the people around you. So continue to break down your walls. Don't let past limitations and restrictions hold you back from your happiness and experiencing what life has to offer you. There is a great big world out there for you, Capricorn, and this week you're being given some opportunities to explore it. Aquarius, your tarot card for the week of April 4th to 10th, 2021, is the Six of Leaves. You're doing some moving forward, Aquarius. You are going through your thoughts and your feelings, and you are recognizing what either just no longer serves you or has no place in your life anymore, or what just doesn't fit, what you don't love, what you don't love about your life, about yourself, about your habits. You're moving yourself past this. You are taking yourself out of situations that have been holding you back or dragging down your energy, and allowing yourself to take steps forward, even if you don't necessarily know where it's going to take you. This is a sort of go with the flow energy. You're not letting yourself stay blocked or obstructed. Any challenges that you have been facing, they've just helped you to continue to grow rather than keeping you stuck. And if there are any limitations in your way, you are finding a way to sidestep them. There is no stopping you right now. You're moving forward. The oracle card that comes along with this is the Nine of Air, and this one is about suffering in silence. So as far as an advice card goes, this is a little bit of a tricky balance, because there are some things that you just can't talk about right now. And in that sense, you do sort of need to sit with your feelings and suffer in silence. Other people won't understand, or they can't help you. And some things you just need to process on your own, especially if you are leaving certain situations where you are letting go of previous support networks in favor of finding something healthier or more beneficial to you. However, this could also be advising that you do not suffer in silence, that there are people in your life. So if you do have one or two people, Aquarius, who is a genuine help to you and is actually helping you move forward, then these would be the people to break that silence to. But for the most part, you are probably doing a lot of processing that needs to happen internally before you can externalize it. Pisces, so this one counts for me as well. Your tarot card for the week of April 4th to 10th, 2021 is the reversed Knave of Bells. This is a little bit of an aggressive card, aggressive defensive, and because it's reversed, it's like that aggressiveness is being turned inwards on yourself. So over this next week, it's really likely that you're going to be a little harder on yourself, pushing yourself to do better, but not necessarily knowing what that is. This is also a very materially connected suit. So it's like you're trying so hard to work to get things done, and when things aren't exactly how you want them to be, you can focus some negative energies inwards, and a little bit of self-loathing is the risk that comes with this. Now, the oracle card that comes along with this is the Third Eye Chakra card, and this one resonates with the energy center right in the middle of your forehead, your third eye. So the advice that comes along with this one, Pisces, is to pay attention and use your intuition. Things are not how they look on the surface. So if you are feeling like a failure, or like things are just not working, things are not going the way you want them to, try to tune into your intuition and shut out the anxious voice if you can, or mute it for the moment as much as you can, so that your intuition can tell you what the facts are. Because you might need to look a little bit deeper than the surface, than how things appear, in order to know what the truth is or why it's happening this way. There could be a very good reason why things are not going the way you want them to, because maybe this result isn't actually something that you want. At the end of my one-on-one readings, I like to pull a card from my favorite manifestation, motivation, affirmation deck, the Super Attractor. So I have pulled one card here for everyone who joins me for this video reading, just to give us an idea of what to carry within ourselves, how to focus our energy, how to direct ourselves over the coming week, basically what is best for us to dwell on right now. So the card that I have pulled for the collective says, as soon as I choose to see the light in the dark corners, I redirect my power toward what I want. As soon as I choose to see the light in the dark corners, I redirect my power toward what I want. What I really, really love about this deck is the emphasis that so many of these cards put on choice. As soon as I choose to see the light in the dark corners. So we need to make a choice to focus on the little glimmers of opportunity, of positivity, of enlightenment, rather than what we don't know and what is dragging us down. And, the shadow doesn't have to be bad, but it's really important that we balance our focus on, what we can see and versus what we can't. So as soon as you choose to see the light in the dark corners, that redirects your focus towards what you want. As soon as you focus on what is good and what you want, you start to get what you want. It's like, looking at the direction that you're driving. If you look at the ditch, guess what? So focus on the light this next week. Now, affirmations can be a little bit personal, so what this one said to me might be different from what it says to you. And if that is the case, I would love to know your interpretation of this card down in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me for this look at the week ahead. I hope that the readings in this video have been resonant and that they can provide a helpful, relevant compass to offer insight, guidance, clarity, whatever it is that you need in order to get through the energy of the coming week. Please click the like button on the video if it resonated with you, if it sang to your soul, and let me know in the comments what you thought of the cards that were pulled for your sign or your signs, and what you thought of the Super Attractor at the very end, what you'd like to see in the future. I've got some guided meditations out, but let me know what else you'd like me to do with cards, with meditations, with witchy stuff. Just let me know. And if you haven't already, make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. I upload weekly and monthly forecasts like this. And like I said, I've got some guided meditations up. I just released one to help you connect to your energy centers. So if you got one of the energy center cards as your advice card this week, maybe check that out. See what you need for yourself this next week. But make sure that you are subscribed so that you can stay in touch and follow along with all of the other things that I'm going to be adding to this channel and doing stay subscribed so you can be part of this journey with me. There is a link to my Facebook page, Hedgewitch Hearthcraft, in the description as well, in case you want to follow me over there. I post a daily card to give us a sense of, what is best for us to focus on, just a card a day. And that's the best way to get in touch with me if you ever want to book a reading of your own or say hi. Anyway, thank you so much for letting me read for you. I hope you have a fantastic week. Be good to yourself.